Wake up, Who Dat Nation. We are standing at the absolute precipice of a franchise-altering offseason. The news coming out of New Orleans right now isn't just noise. It is the blueprint for our survival or our demise. We have breaking contract news on the defense that changes the secondary, a terrifying trade rumor involving the Kansas City Chiefs circling our roster like sharks, and a draft strategy that could finally unleash this offense. These are the moves that define decades. Before we break down these bombshells, do me a massive favor. We are pushing hard for 1,000 subscribers. If you love this team, hit that button and join the movement right now. Let's get straight to the business at hand, because the first domino has officially fallen for the New Orleans Saints defense. According to reports that surfaced this Tuesday, the Saints have officially secured the return of safety Julian Blackmon on a one-year extension. Now, I want you to pay close attention to the details here, because the source of this information is fascinating. It was actually reported via the Buccaneers' official channels, our division rivals, that the Saints locked this down. Talk about keeping your enemies close. Blackmon is coming back for the 2026 season, and this is a move that screams, prove it. We all remember the heartbreak of the 2025 season. We had high hopes, we had the energy, and then in week 1, disaster struck. A shoulder injury took Blackmon out, and we were left scrambling to fill that void in the secondary for the rest of the year. From a front office perspective, this is a calculated, low-risk maneuver. You are bringing back a guy who knows the system, who has the talent, but who has to prove he can stay on the field. It is the classic NFL business move. You don't commit long-term money to a guy coming off a week 1 shoulder reconstruction, but you don't let talent walk out the door for free either. However, let's bring some Stephen A. Smith energy into this conversation. I need to see results. We cannot be in the business of paying for potential that sits in the medical tent. I love the talent. I love the aggression Blackmon brings when he is actually suited up, but the best ability is availability. The Saints defense looked lost at times last year without that continuity. We need dogs on the field, not on the injury report. This one-year deal is his lifeline, and frankly, it is a lifeline for this secondary. If he comes back fully healthy, we just stole a starter for pennies on the dollar. If he gets hurt again, we are back to square one. But you have to ask yourself, why are the Saints so desperate to shore up the safety position right now? Why the urgency to get this deal done before free agency truly explodes? It makes you wonder if they know something we don't about the rest of the roster. Is this signing a safety net? Because when you look at the rumors swirling around the rest of our veteran stars, you start to realize that maybe, just maybe, they are securing Blackmon because they are preparing to say goodbye to someone much bigger. And that leads us to a rumor that should terrify every single Saints fan.
Listen, the insider information keeps flowing, and you cannot afford to be the last one to know about these critical moves. If you want these exclusive updates delivered straight to you, make sure you subscribe right now.
If the first story was about stability, this next story is about absolute fear. There are rumors circulating, loud rumors, that the Kansas City Chiefs are monitoring the situation of a veteran Pro Bowler on the New Orleans Saints for a potential trade. Let that sink in for a second. The Kansas City Chiefs, the dynasty, the team that Patrick Mahomes leads to glory every single year, they are looking at our roster and they see a piece that they believe can help them win another ring. On one hand, you could say it's a compliment. It means we have elite talent. But on the other hand, this makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. Why are we the farm system for the rich to get richer? The report suggests that Kansas City is looking to strengthen their dynasty, and they view one of our veterans as the missing key. We don't have the specific name confirmed yet, but look at the roster. Who fits the Chiefs? Is it a pass rusher to pair with their defense? Is it a playmaker like Alvin Kamara to give Mahomes another weapon? Or is it a lockdown corner like Lattimore? The fact that this conversation is even happening tells me that the Saints front office is picking up the phone, and that is the problem. If you trade a pillar of this team to the Chiefs, you are essentially waving the white flag on your own competitiveness. You are telling the locker room that we are sellers. You are telling the fans that we are rebuilding while Kansas City is reloading. I don't care about the draft picks we might get back. I care about the culture of winning. Adam Schefter would tell you to look at the salary cap implications. And yes, the Saints are always in cap hell. Trading a veteran contract to Kansas City clears space. It makes mathematical sense. But football isn't played on a spreadsheet. It is played with emotion and leadership. If we ship off a team captain to help Mahomes win another trophy, how are we supposed to look our young players in the face and tell them we want to win now? This is a dangerous game. But if we do trade a veteran, if we do create that massive hole in the roster and get draft capital in return, we better use it wisely. And that brings us to the number 8 overall pick, where the experts are finally shouting what we have been saying for years.
This is where the puzzle pieces start to fit together. And frankly, it is about time someone said it out loud. Daniel Jeremiah, one of the most respected draft analysts in the entire business, has publicly stated that the New Orleans Saints must use the number 8 overall pick to select a wide receiver. Finally, someone with common sense. Jeremiah's logic is undeniable. We need to create a dynamic duo with Chris Olave. Look at the modern NFL. Look at what the successful teams are doing. The Bengals had Chase and Higgins. The Dolphins had Hill and Waddle. The Eagles had Brown and Smith. You cannot survive in this league with just one weapon. Chris Olave is a star. He is elite, but he is out there on an island getting double-teamed because defenses do not respect the rest of our receiving corps. Jeremiah is suggesting that at pick number 8, there will be a high-level receiver available who can change the geometry of our offense instantly. This isn't about drafting a project. This is about drafting a plug-and-play superstar. From a strategic standpoint, this is the only move that makes sense. If you are keeping Derek Carr or whoever is playing quarterback, you have to give them a chance to succeed. You cannot ask a quarterback to cook dinner when you don't buy him any groceries. The Saints have spent years trying to patch this offense together with late-round picks and aging veterans. It hasn't worked. It is time to invest high draft capital into the premier position of the modern era. Imagine an offense where the defense cannot roll coverage to Olave because the rookie on the other side runs a 4.3 and catches everything in sight. It opens up the run game. It opens up the tight ends. It changes everything. But here is the catch, and it connects back to everything we just discussed. If we re-signed Blackman to fix the defense, and if we are potentially trading a veteran to the Chiefs to clear cap space, then this pick at number 8 becomes the most critical decision of the decade. We cannot miss. If we trade a star and then bust on this draft pick, we are looking at 5 years of darkness. The pressure is on the front office to make the right call. The board is set and the clock is ticking.
This offseason is shaping up to be a roller coaster of emotion. We have Julian Blackman returning to prove his worth. We have the terrifying possibility of a team legend being shipped off to the Kansas City Chiefs. And we have the expert advice to go all in on a wide receiver at pick number 8. It is a time of transition and, frankly, a time of anxiety. I want to hear from you in the comments. Who do you think the Chiefs are trying to trade for? And would you make that deal? Let me know your thoughts. We are in this together, Who Dat Nation. I'll see you in the next video.